Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, we're gonna try to make Thanksgiving dinner on a budget. Can we make Thanksgiving dinner for only $35? Well, that's what we're gonna find out. So let's go to Walmart, shop for our groceries, and then come back and start making dinner. I got this turkey breast tenderloins for $9.82. And then I grabbed an 8-ounce block of extra sharp cheddar cheese for $1.97. And for $1.96, I got a quart of milk. I also grabbed this pack of beef chorizo for $1.42. I got this salted butter for $4.68. I also grabbed 2 cans of cut green beans for 50 cents each. I got a can of cream of mushroom soup for $1. And then I grabbed 2 packs of elbow pasta for 52 cents each. And these were 7-ounce bags. I also got this stuffing mix for $1. I got these fried onions for $2.68. And then for dessert, I grabbed this pumpkin spice muffin mix for $2.36. I also grabbed these dinner rolls for $1.46. I also got a 5-pound bag of russet potatoes for $2.78. And lastly, I grabbed these 6 eggs for $1.86. So here's everything I got. I got the turkey breast, the cheese, the chorizo, the dinner rolls, the butter, the bag of potatoes. I also got milk, crispy fried onions, 2 cans of green beans, 2 packs of elbow macaroni, a can of cream of mushroom soup, pumpkin spice muffin mix, eggs, and stuffing mix. Here's my receipt. My total was $35.03. So I'm gonna start off with the turkey because it's gonna take the most time to cook. I'm using a tablespoon of butter, and I'm using a tablespoon of lemon pepper seasoning. I'm gonna use 1.5 teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of parsley flakes. And then salt and pepper to taste. And I'm gonna roast it in the oven. I'm gonna start off by melting a tablespoon of butter in the microwave. I just wanted to mention that in the pack of butter I got, there were 2 sticks of butter. While the butter is melting in the microwave, I'm preparing my seasonings. So a tablespoon of lemon pepper, a teaspoon and a half of garlic powder, and a teaspoon of parsley flakes, and also some salt and pepper to taste. I'm gonna coat the casserole with some of the melted butter, and then I'm gonna add the turkey breasts and pour the rest of the melted butter on top, and then rub the turkey breast with that seasoning mix that I prepared on all sides. And then I'm gonna cook this in the oven on 350 degrees for about 45 minutes. So now I'm gonna start on the mac and cheese. I'm gonna use 14 ounces of pasta. I'm using 1 egg, a cup and a half of milk. This is 1 quart, so it's basically 4 cups. I'm hoping it's gonna be enough. I'm gonna use the extra sharp cheddar cheese that I got. I'm gonna shred it, and then I'm gonna use 2 tablespoons of butter. So the first thing I'm gonna do, obviously, I'm gonna start on by boiling the macaroni. So after I shredded my cheese, I added the pasta to the boiling water, and while the pasta was cooking, I sprayed some oil in my casserole dish, and then I started working on the milk and egg and cheese mixture. So I added 1 egg, a cup and a half of milk, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and the 8 ounces of cheese, and then I mixed everything together. I cooked the pasta halfway, so about 5 minutes before it was done, or 5 minutes before the recommended time, I removed the pasta and I drained it. And now I'm adding it to the prepared casserole dish and pouring the milk and cheese mixture on top. I'm gonna mix everything together and then season it with some salt and pepper, and then cook it in the oven on 350 degrees for about 40 minutes. So now I'm gonna start making the green bean casserole. So I'm using 2 cans of 14.5 ounce of canned green bean. I'm using a 10.5 ounce cream of mushroom soup. I'm gonna use half a cup of milk, and obviously I'm gonna use the fried onions that I got. And it's gonna be a very simple green bean casserole. To an 8x8 casserole dish, I'm adding my drained green beans and then the can of cream of mushroom soup, half a cup of milk, salt, pepper, and half of the fried onions. I'm gonna mix everything together and then cook it in the oven on 350 degrees for about 25 minutes. At this time, my turkey was done and it was looking really good and juicy. After the 25 minutes, I took out my green bean casserole and added the rest of the fried onions on top and put it back in the oven for an additional 5 minutes. And the mac and cheese was done too, so I removed that from the oven. And look at this, it looks great. And here it is, the green bean casserole, fresh out of the oven, done and ready to be served. So right now I'm gonna start working on the mashed potatoes. I'm using about half of that bag that I got. It was 5 pounds, so I'm using around 2.5 pounds of potatoes. I'm gonna use, I still have about 2 cups of milk here, so I'm gonna try to use about a cup. And then I'm gonna use 3 tablespoons of butter. You can use as much butter and milk as you want, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm also using salt, pepper, and some garlic powder. So I started boiling the water for the potatoes. I'm gonna peel them and wash them and then come back and show you. So after I peeled, cut, and washed my potatoes, I'm now adding them to the boiling water and I'm gonna cook them for about 15 to 20 minutes or until they're fork tender. So while my potatoes are boiling, I'm gonna start working on my stuffing. So for this stuffing, I'm just following the recipe, the instructions on the box, and I'm just gonna add chorizo to it. So the recipe calls for a 1/4 cup of butter and 1.5 cups of water. And obviously I'm gonna season it with some salt and pepper. So to my pan, I'm adding a tablespoon of olive oil, and then I'm gonna add the chorizo and I'm just gonna brown the chorizo. And once the chorizo is done, I'm gonna remove it from the pan and put it on the side. To the same pan, I'm adding 1.5 cups of water and 1/4 cup of butter, and I'm gonna melt the butter. And once the butter is melted, I'm gonna add the stuffing mix to the pan and remove it from the heat. Give it a good mix and cover it and leave it for about 5 minutes. And after the 5 minutes, I'm gonna mix in the chorizo and it's gonna be ready to serve. I'm just checking on the potatoes here to see if they're done. I melted the 3 tablespoons of butter and I heated up the cup of milk. And now I'm gonna start making the mashed potato by adding the milk and the melted butter slowly to the potatoes until everything is incorporated. And then I'm gonna season it with some salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And that's it. Easy, simple, classic mashed potato. So we can't have Thanksgiving without dessert, so I'm gonna start working on the dessert now. I picked up this pumpkin spice quick bread and muffin mix, and I'm gonna make the muffins actually. So all you need is 2 eggs, water, and vegetable oil. If you don't have vegetable oil, you can just melt the remaining butter and use it. I'm gonna use vegetable oil, and then that's it. That's all you need to do. I'm adding half a cup of vegetable oil, 2/3 cup of water, 2 eggs, and the muffin mix, and I'm gonna mix them all together, and then add the batter to the muffin pan and bake it in the oven on 400 degrees for 18 minutes. And then the muffins are gonna be ready to be served. These muffins turned out to be so good. It was really delicious. We all enjoyed it. We couldn't even wait until dinner time. So it ended up making 10 muffins. So all that's left is these dinner rolls, and I'm just gonna follow the instructions, basically just saying to put it in the oven on 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna do that, and that's it. Okay, so here it is, our Thanksgiving dinner. We have here our turkey, mashed potato, mac and cheese, the stuffing, the rolls, the green bean casserole, and our pumpkin muffins for dessert. All of this for $35. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. Happy Thanksgiving! I'm gonna enjoy my pumpkin muffin now. Bye!